Five of Cups. It's time for somebody to move on. Like, you've been in a period of waiting. You've been in a period of healing. You've been in a period of refilling your cups. But now it's time to move forward, which is important because it's important to know when to stop, when to go, and to not be caught in those seasons for too long, like a season of waiting versus a season of action. Like, being able to balance both will maximize your energy and, you know, maximize your happiness and all that, because you won't feel stuck if you get the dance right, and you won't feel drained and like, oh, you're running up against a wall if you get the balance right. It's like, if you can get the dance right of waiting, or not waiting, but like pause and letting go, and then action moving forward, and then wait, like red light, green light, like, oh, if you can get it right, you won't get out. Like, you make it all the way to the end, and you'll make it to the end, you know, without being dead tired or feeling like, you know, you'll get to the end and you won and you have energy to play again. So definitely understand that it's time to get up. Like, and you see the castle in the distance. That's the real goal. He got here, he understood, like, okay, like, before I go there, let me, you know, check where I'm at, give myself a little break, sit here, drink some water by the river, fill up some of these cups that were empty a little bit. You know, see, he has 2 cups right there behind him. He got 3 spilled, you know. But he has enough of what he needs to move on towards the castle and keep going and take on everything he needs. So understand that you have everything you need. Don't get caught up in the waiting game or feeling like you have to wait forever, or you're not ready yet, or, you know, I need to charge some more, I need to read some more, I need to learn some more, I need to do some more research. Understand that you have everything you need. And that's not to say that there's no more growing to do, but you've grown enough to move on from this point. And the rest of your growth will occur in the process of going to the castle, getting to the castle, taking on whatever's at the castle, and beyond. You'll always keep growing. But understand that where you are right now, you're good enough to move forward. So do that. 9 of Swords on the bottom. Understand that anything that makes you feel like you're not ready is in your head. Like, you've been getting signs that it's time. You've probably been getting physical signs of other people telling you it's time. It's time. Like, get out of your head. Understand that if you allow yourself to try to think your way to decide when you're ready, you'll never move. Because your mind has no idea. It hasn't been where you're trying to go. So understand that when your heart says you're ready, when the universe around you is telling you you're ready, understand and show up. Show up. What's the worst that could happen? If you find out you're not ready that way, then cool. But even then, I don't think that's what's going to happen. I know that's not what's going to happen. Because you're all ready. You're going to show up and you're going to be surprised. Like, wow, that was better than I thought. That was better than I could have ever imagined. It's like, yeah, get out of your head. Understand that once your heart speaks, once your intuition speaks, that's it. Do not listen to the responses from your mind. Because your mind only, you know, your mind knows where you've been. Your mind knows you're normal. But your heart is connected. Your heart knows everything. Your heart's connected to the source, to the grid, to everything. So understand that your heart and your intuition is telling you, is giving you, is a great compass. It's worth trusting too. And try it, like with everything, just try it a little bit. It don't have to be on the biggest things, but if your intuition tells you to, you know, go left instead of right while you're walking, if your intuition tells you, you know, eat this right now, like, trust those things and see where those go. And that you get enough proof to trust it with bigger things. And understand that that's all it is. Once you allow yourself to get the proof back from your intuition, the proof back from the universe, the proof of how divinely supported you are, how divinely orchestrated your path is, you'll be able to trust it. But if you never trust it ever at all, you'll never have that proof, and you'll never be in a position to trust it. So when you get opportunities, small or big, see what happens, you know? See where it leads you. And when it does lead you to things that you love, to things that are more you and all that, it'll make it easier the next time, and the next time after that, and the next time after that. And the next thing you look up and you're like, wow, all I do is follow my intuition. Wow, I don't really think too hard about anything. You know, I just kind of move and trust myself, and, you know, because you can trust it, but you won't get there without doing it ever. So if you're still waiting for a right time, you're still waiting for whatever you're waiting for, there's nothing to wait for. Allow yourself to show yourself that you know what you're doing. And I feel like that was the biggest game changer in my own life. Like when I started listening to my intuition, and there was a stretch where it was like, you know what, I'm not gonna sit here and overthink everything. Like, I'm gonna just move. And I feel like this has been the most successful I've ever been. I've been seeing the most progress I've ever seen in everything. Like it's been night and day difference. And I realized that my heart is a good compass. My gut's a great compass. Like, it doesn't lead me anywhere but to more of myself. And that's not to say that hard things don't happen. I've gone through a lot of hard things, probably the hardest things ever. And I feel like those only affirm to me, like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Like, even like the guy in the picture, I messed up my leg and I couldn't walk, and it would take 10, 15 minutes to go up the steps and down the stairs, and and I feel like that was probably one of the hardest things physically, just dealing with that, because I'm running around, I walk around without thinking about it, but now it's like, now my leg's messed up and it takes hella effort to do the things I don't even think about, like, at all. And it takes so much intention to do anything, and things are just hard, and I need help and all these things. But I understood, I don't know, early on when it happened, I was like, this, this is for my best good. Like, on the other side of this, I'm gonna be stronger. This is teach me to slow down, and also expanding my gratitude for the basic things. Like I said, it took so much effort to do things I never even thought about. So it's like my relationship to those things was completely different. Like, now it's like, at the end of me taking 10 minutes to get up the steps, I'm grateful. Like, I'm here, I made it, and I've never felt grateful to make it up the steps or down the steps. So that expanded, that made my heart grow. That made my awareness of the support I have grow. It made my awareness of my body grow. It made my love for myself, and it just made me, it expanded me for sure. It expanded me 1,000%. But it's like, and that's just a short version of that. Like, I could go do a whole stream live about that story. And my takeaways from it, from going into it and after it and everything to this day. But understand that there was a perspective I could have chose that wouldn't have served me as much. I could have easily been like, wow, things always happen to me, or like, wow, why I didn't do anything to deserve this, or like, wow, this sucks so bad. Like, every time I feel like I'm getting somewhere, like some shit happens and now, well, fuck, like, it's like, what would that have done? Nothing. That would have just set the foundation for more dumb shit to happen, for more shit that doesn't need to happen, to wake me up to my power, it's like, it just doesn't serve you. It doesn't make you feel good. Like, so even if you don't believe, like, if you feel like, having a perspective that everything is for you is delusional, okay, all right, cool, like, you believe that, but how is believing that everything happens against you worked for you? It hasn't made your life any better. Like, so it's like, why not try it, see what happens? And I guarantee you it will be better. Like, there's always a perspective that serves you. So understand, we have a choice to how we react to things. We have a choice to suffer, to not suffer. Like, things happen, hard things happen, but suffering is certainly a choice. In my opinion, in my experience, in my knowing, and just in how I've seen it play out in the world around me, how I've seen it play out in my own life, and the contrast from when I used to view things one way versus when I view things now, I feel like the proof is in the process, and you don't have to take my word for it. Like I said, practice in your own life with small things, and then if you don't feel comfortable with the big things, and see how that works. When you see the proof of it, and you see how your experience changes, and you realize your awareness really dictates a lot of this, your awareness and what you've accepted as your truth and your reality, you'll understand it too. And it won't even be because I told it to you, it's because you had it for yourself. And that's all I want. I don't want anybody to just take what I say as law, as word. I've just spent a good amount of time at this point living life very consciously, trying a bit of this and that, and seeing how the world reacts to me, and making a choice from this source versus that source, or this perspective versus that perspective, and seeing how the world reacts to me and what I get back and the feedback. Like, I've spent a lot of time living like that. So understand that when I say things, they may sound a little black and white, like, oh, this is how things work. That's just me speaking from my own experience. of trying things. Like, not even like because I've only experienced life like this, so I'm telling you that's how I know, because I was somebody who didn't always feel supported. I was somebody who didn't always feel divinely protected. I was someone who felt like I was at the mercy of circumstances at a certain point, who felt like things would just happen, and it was just like, oh, I don't know, like life is random, who didn't always understand that I'm an individual with a purpose, or that I'm someone who didn't always know where I started and stopped, and where being a human started and stopped. I didn't understand how different we all are, and how different we all operate. So understand that when these conclusions that I've come to, the things that I share with you, and all that is a result of me living a lot of different ways and trying different things, and these are the conclusions I've come to after years of trying different things, years of different perspectives, years of not being empowered, years of believing this, believing that, and I've reached this point, and yeah, and I feel like this is the most fruitful things have been. This is the most supportive I've ever felt, most everything I've ever felt, and most in alignment I've ever felt. So now I'm sharing these things with you all. But understand that you can reach those points too, and you can try and do trial and error the same way. You can have that own contrast in your experience and prove to yourself, what's what, if you want to. And you should. And I feel like that's the only true way to believe it, is to experience it for yourself. Anyway, like I can tell it to you all day, and you can know it and believe it, but until you've experienced it yourself and you get the same experiences and get that same proof for yourself, that's what's really gonna level you up. So yeah, I don't want you to just listen to me. I don't. I want you to be like, I believe that he believes what he's saying. I believe that his experiences have taught him that. Let me see what it looks like for me in my own world. And that's all. That's all I want from these exchanges. Is for you to, just get enough from me to go back into your own experience and maybe apply something or try something and see how it works for you. And then come to your own conclusions. Because like I said, we're all different. And your reality may just work differently than mine. But I do believe that we do have a choice. And my own experiences have told me that we are empowered and that our reality works how we believe it works. And truly believe it works. Not like you just decide right now, like, I believe this now. And then your world changes. Like, no. But more so, what you truly believe and know based on repetition, based on your subconscious and what you reprogramming yourself versus the programming conditioning that's been put on you. And I understand at this point that stuff is what determines your outcome in your life, and that your perspectives and your awareness and your knowings and what you tell yourself and all that results in your life. So yeah, do your own research, do your own experiments, play the life game. Like I said, it really is a life game. And yeah, you owe it to yourself to try different things to see what works and what doesn't work. You don't have to live one way forever. You don't have to live based off, what you were taught when you were a kid, or whatever your religion says, or what, which really is determined based on where you're born. Like, if you were born over there, you believe you were taught something different. If you were born over here, you were taught this. And everybody has proof. If you notice, everybody has proof of what they believe is the truth. And that just goes to show, like I said, that I really believe everybody's reality works different. And whatever you believe is what you'll get back. The universe will give you the feedback. We're all right. The universe wants us all to be right all the time. And it wants to support us in what we choose to believe and what we go after. So understand that if everything you're going after is just a product of somebody else's conditioning, everything else you believe is just a product of conditioning or what somebody else told you, that you're going to be getting results based on somebody else, on what somebody else's life, somebody else believes. So understand that everything you believe and choose to know should empower you, should serve you, should make you feel more you. And if it doesn't, it wouldn't serve you to believe it. Do some research, expand your knowledge, expand your awareness of things, and chances are you'll find something that resonates more with you, that you find yourself believing more because it's for you to believe, because it's in alignment to you and what you're here to do and what you're here to create. So yeah, take scope of you and what you believe and the life you've lived up to this point, and take note of the things that don't serve you that you believe, the things that don't make you feel empowered but you believe. And understand that you can swap it out. You can definitely swap it out and choose something else and see how that works for you. and keep doing that until you look up and all of your life and all point aspect of who you are is in alignment to what you believe in, is in alignment to where you're going. It makes you feel empowered all the way around, and that's where you should be at. So